Hi everyone, this is just a quick overview of how to access our reading and writing homework on the days that your kids are at home learning. So I have pulled up our Clever page, which when your kiddo logs on to their Chromebooks, after they scan their badge, if they need to, then they will see this Clever page when they click on my polar bear. When we scroll down, we see a lot of these different homework apps. I will need you guys to click on Google Classroom. Your child's name and email should pop up. So I'm going to go ahead and click my school email. Your child will have about 3 different, maybe 4 different classrooms to choose from, but we want to choose mine, the 100/62 with my Bitmoji in the background. It's also green. When you click and you come to my home page, you will see all of the different options up here. Your kiddo will probably only have stream and classwork because I'm a teacher and I can see who's in my class and their grades. You will want to click on classwork. And then you will come to the week of November 16th through November 20th. Now, if your child is an A kiddo, then they will click on A group, reading and writing, when it's time for them to do their homework. And if they're a B kiddo, they will choose this option. So let's pretend that your child is in the A group. So they were just here today. It is Monday. They want to do some reading and writing homework tomorrow on their remote learning day, which would be Tuesday. So you will click this, and then you will see this picture right here of a composition notebook. So we will click on that. And I can tell that this is for A kids because it's got the A alligator up in the corner. To help maximize the experience, I would hit present, and this will pop up. So once you are here, check to make sure that you have the right week, because once we get further into remote learning or virtual homework, there will be different weeks in my Google Classroom. So you can click anywhere on the screen with your mouse or your trackpad, and you will come to this screen, the week at a glance. So it says look for the subject you need, and then click the day that you are remote learning to see your assignments. So let's say that your child is starting with reading. You can click here to see what a general lesson would look like. But to find your child's homework, you're going to go to the day that you are currently on. So for A kiddos going home to learn tomorrow, for Tuesday, they will click Tuesday for reading, and this will pop up. Now, what's going to happen is they need to click the computer icon first to listen to the lesson. So when we click, they might come to this screen, they might not. It depends on if they saved this information when we practiced in class. But if they didn't, they're going to type in Willow1, and the password is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they'll hit submit. And then the video that they need to watch is going to pop up here. They're going to watch this video, and then when the video is all done, this one's only 4 minutes and 12 seconds, they will come up here, click out, and be sent back to their home screen. So they have watched the video, they've listened to the mini lesson, they can click on the anchor chart to take a look at the part that we learned today. And when they are done looking at the anchor chart, they'll hit the home button, which takes them back to this page. When they are ready, they can click this timer, but they need to have their books out, either books from their baggies, books that they have at home, or in another tab, they can go ahead and pull up Epic, or once we get like Pioneer Valley books, they can click on one of those. But it needs to be books that they are reading themselves so that they can practice the skill from the mini lesson. So when they're ready and they have their books out and they're ready to practice the skill, you're going to click the timer, and it will run in the background. When it hits 0, some nice little butterflies and birds are going to pop up and chirp, and they will know that it is their time to stop the reading. That was their independent work time. When they are ready and they have finished their reading and skill building, they will move down to their reader's journal. On their remote days for now, I'm still sending home the paper that says that with the example of like, Dear Mrs. Hindhorst, I read Ollie the Stomper. I liked when Ollie got new boots. They're going to write their response to me on the paper that follows that in their packet. Then, once they are done, and only when they're done with that journal, they can go for phonics practice on Teach Your Monster, Epic, and Lolilo. Now, I have not yet linked those websites here, but I can if I feel like that's going to be a helpful feature. But for now, they will just need to either hit exit or hit the escape button on their keyboard. And then they can toggle back to Clever. And then they can go to one of those apps through the Clever page. So that's what reading looks like. And writing, if we toggle back here, hit present, writing is going to look very different. So let's say that it is time for that A kiddo to go ahead and choose writing for Tuesday because they're home on Tuesday. They'll click writing, and you'll notice that it looks very similar. The layout is exactly the same. So your kiddo will first click the icon, come to the video, and since we've already logged on once, they won't need to put in the password and the username again. They'll watch the writing video, go ahead and click out when they're done, come to the anchor chart if they would like to take a look at the different, if they want to take a look at the different things that we talked about in that lesson. This one's not hyperlinked, but in the next ones, I will try to remember to do that. But once they have looked at the anchor chart, this timer is set for 20 minutes. This is for their independent work time. So right now we are in how-to writing, how-to books. So they will pull out some of the paper that I gave them in their writing folders, and they will either work on an old how-to book for 20 minutes or start a new one or fill their time with a little bit of both. But they will click the timer when they're ready to start working. And when the timer is done, then they can stop and move on to the share. The share is going to be different each day. So if someone could please help them read through the share each time they get to it, that would be super helpful. For this particular one, it's to read their how-to book to a family member or a friend, whoever they're with while they're doing their remote learning. And then I want them to use their teacher voice to explain the steps as they're reading it out loud, using their hands to gesture and point to the pictures and try to model what they want the reader to do. But you'll notice if we move forward to Wednesday, it's different. And it's different on Thursday. It's different on Friday. So just be careful to look at the share and see what your kiddo needs to do. Now, make sure that your child is on the right day, regardless of the subject that you are doing, because that will make a difference, right? The shares are different. The lessons will be different. But when your child is done, especially with writing, because they don't have any apps to go toggle to, they will click this home button. Click the home button. They can hit escape, exit, and then they are done with writing for that day. So that was just a quick glance at all of what I have planned for remote learning as far as reading and writing goes. For right now, this will be our virtual homework, and we will see how this goes and if we can add in additional subjects at some point. But let's start slow. Let's start with this. And I'm here if you have any questions or need any help accessing anything. Thank you for listening.